Who would have thought that renting a really old camper van would have any issues whatsoever?
We recently picked up this retro motorhome and began our first ever road trip around Ireland. But unfortunately, the adventure was short-lived as we had to cut the trip short and abandon the van. Our first stop, and perhaps the last stop of the day, is Ross Castle, which is a 15th century castle located just outside of Killarney village. Killarney town! It's a town.
It's set in kind of this boggy environment on the lake, and I just love this kind of fairy tale landscape. It's the perfect place to have a castle. I think all castles should be like this.
Yeah. Ireland looks exactly as I imagined it to look. Beautiful. I mean, the view from this castle is absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't look dissimilar from some of the scenery we saw when we were up in Scotland as well.
Yeah, it's very, very similar.
Yeah, and especially coming this time of year, you still have a few bits of colour over there. It's not all completely dead yet.
I always wonder how small people were in the old days, because I am a very small human and I could only just fit on these stairs. Definitely wasn't built for the modern day man. This castle is particularly cool because you can't really see where the natural rock starts and then merges into the castle as it goes up. We really don't put respect on the generations of the past. We kind of act like they were dumb, but I think in many ways they were way more intelligent than us, and there's actually a reason why we seem to be sort of going back to the old ways. Like, we now have to track our own calories and track how much movement and steps we do, whereas, like, you know, my grandma's like, just eat healthily.
Speechless, to be honest. I was not expecting a view like this.
This is Ladies' Viewpoint. In the 18th century, Queen Victoria came to this area and her lady-in-waiting expressed an admiration of this view, and they were probably scrambling around for a name. So this is the Ladies' Viewpoint.
Something that came to mind as we stood here is just how lucky we are to live in the time that we do. Back in the times of Queen Victoria, to get to this viewpoint would have been such an epic journey, versus now, where it's pretty straightforward. In turn, it can be all too easy to take moments and scenery like this for granted.
I think that this is going to be the best spot that we could possibly find, but
in terms of sleeping, you weren't clear with that.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, of course.
The best spot we could find
ever
to sleep.
This is the end of the travel beans. We're done. We found it, guys.
We did want to head into the town to check it out this evening, so we're going to go do that, and we're going to do the old arrive late, leave early trick. So we'll come back here when it's a bit darker. This is big yawns, big tired yawns. A bounce, bounce, bounce. A bounce, bounce, bounce. This place is absolutely buzzing, and it's so cute and charming with all the Christmas lights, and everyone's out. I feel like everyone's out this evening. It's a Sunday evening and the streets are so busy. We haven't actually had a Guinness yet, and there are an absurd amount of pubs on this street.
Well, here's something for you. Embarrassingly, I've never had a Guinness in my life.
Can you believe it? How can you get to the ripe old age of 35 having never had a Guinness?
I don't know, it just doesn't look very nice. A black drink.
You have no qualms of drinking coffee though?
Okay.
Black coffee is how you have it.
Okay, fine. But it still looks weird. I couldn't go another minute on this planet without trying the Guinness. And I'm kind of nervous. It's very thick.
Make sure you got the beer itself, not just the head.
Okay, that's fantastic. I wasn't sure at first, I thought I didn't like it, but I'm in. Holy crap, it's cold in here.
Yeah, it's freezing. I was like, is it just me? But like the fact that you've noticed it as well.
So today, the temperature has dropped drastically compared to the last few days, and we were all super comfy and having a great time in here.
Yeah, and
But
I did think it was cold when we were out and about, but in my head I was like, oh, I'm sure it'll be warmer in the van. It is not warmer in the van.
Yeah, so this van doesn't have heating, and I mean, that's
So
our own
rubbish.
fault for not checking that, but I thought we'd be completely fine. We've got like a nice spot to stay right in front of town, but I don't know what to do.
We can't have the engine running all night when we're staying somewhere like this. I don't know what to do.
The engine of this van is so loud. We thought our UK van was loud. This one is something else.
Way louder. Do we stay in a hotel?
I think.
We can't let him sleep in here. We cannot let him sleep in here.
Old us would be like, we'll just suffer in silence. Well, I say silence, we'd moan about it to you guys. But we can't do these things anymore.
No.
Well,
the beans have got to spend some money.
the frugal part of my brain, which is all of my brain, is like, well, we paid for this. It just becomes a rental car then.
A really slow, heavy, expensive rental car.
Clunky rental car.
Oh no. Oh.
Let's see what the damage of a hotel would cost for the night.
It's either going to be surprisingly cheap because it's off season, we're in the middle of nowhere,
It's Sunday.
or it's going to be really expensive because it's off season, it's in the middle of nowhere.
€78
Well, that's not.
for a 4-star hotel.
So we have decided that getting a hotel is going to be better tonight because we just don't want to risk it. And then I guess we'll just reassess tomorrow.
Yeah, I really, really hate when things don't go to plan. So this kills me, but I know it's for the best. I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Mudwater, for making this video possible. As a new dad with so much sleep deprivation, I've definitely been drinking way too much coffee. So recently I've been replacing my afternoon coffee with a Mudwater, and that's so I can still get the focus and energy that I need, but without the crash and the jitters that sometimes comes from too much coffee. It tastes great. Imagine if chai and cacao had a little baby that didn't scream. It's got 4 functional mushrooms in it, and only a fraction of caffeine that you get from a coffee. Each ingredient has been added for a particular purpose. For example, lion's mane for focus, cordyceps to promote natural energy. It has both chaga and reishi to support your immune system, and cacao and chai for flavour. It's 100% organic, no GMOs, vegan and gluten-free. To make it, you just mix a scoop with hot water, and I love the free frother that they give you to blend it up. And then for extra flavour, you can add things like honey. Personally, I like the coconut creamer that they provide. And Mudwater is giving all you beans a special discount and a bunch of freebies. Head over to mudwater.com/travelbeans to get 20% off your subscription, as well as a free frother and free samples of their coconut creamer and sweetener. That's mudwtr.com/travelbeans. And I will leave a link down in the description.
So it's another day and another problem with our retro rig. Now, today's problem is it's not starting. Just a minor problem. Oh dear. Right. You never know. This might be the time it works. So, stuck.
Who would have thought that renting a really old camper van would have any issues whatsoever?
I'm just grateful we're in a town, in a car park, and not in the middle of bloody nowhere without signal.
So the plan this morning was to go and drive the Ring of Kerry, one of the most beautiful drives in all of Ireland and possibly even the world. But it's very remote, very rural. But I'm actually feeling like weirdly lucky and happy.
Yeah.
But definitely a change of plan is on the cards. 0035.
381.
Yep.
I'll get him.
So this is the breakdown. Message the guy. What a weird way to start the day. Look, it's too early and I've not had enough sleep to figure this out. What do you think about all this?
Aww, you don't mind.
Do you want to try the key again, just in case? You never know.
You never know.
What?
Okay. It started. What the do we do this trip? Do we trust it? It's hard, isn't it? Because it's like, if we switch it off and we're in the middle of nowhere and it doesn't start again, that's not cool.
There's no chance we're going to do this trip, I think, or at least not now. I think we'll just see how today goes and we'll just figure out as we go along.
Yeah. What a bizarre start to the day.
Now that the van troubles are behind us, touch wood. I wish I had some wood to touch.
Oh my god.
Sorry guys. I'm better than that. No, I'm not. I'm only that. We are going to the Gap of Dunlow, which is a beautiful scenic driving route, but it is only single track roads and it heads out into the wilderness here, and we just can't trust this van. So
if it breaks down or won't start or whatever along that route, we're blocking the whole road.
Luckily you can walk it or cycle it, so we're going to walk it instead.
Walking through the moody Irish countryside, it felt impossible not to be completely present here. Drinking in the different textures, colours, sounds and smells of this new environment, all of which are completely specific to this day. In this moment, we both felt incredibly grateful for the extra dimension that weather and seasons give to travel. To walk the entire route is about 2.5 hours one way, so about 5 hours as a round trip. And I think there is the option of a horse and cart, either both ways or one way. So if you want to walk half of it and get that back, that is an option. We've decided to just stop at this point, which is called the Wishing Bridge. It's only about a 20-minute walk from the car park, and with, oh, bless you, and with the weather being a little bit iffy and us being a little bit lazy and tired, we're thinking this is about as far as we're gonna go today.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. Face. When you hit the ground, I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on,
we've learnt on this trip that we shouldn't push ourselves too much, and we've decided we're not going to do the Ring of Kerry, as we can't stay in the van because it's too cold, and we can't trust the vehicle.
No, so mechanically we can't really trust it, and also the cold makes it impossible to sleep in it. So we just thought we'd cut our losses and we'd start to make our way back to Dublin. Not only for those reasons, but also how far away from Dublin are we, Alex?
So we're about 4 hours away from Dublin, and in this van, and Emma's driving,
Oi!
that means we're probably about 6 to 7 hours away.
Yeah, you're not lying.
But at least there'll be a lot of things for us to do, and we've never really explored Dublin, so really excited to go and check it out.
It'll be a fun one. Just one more thing to add to the list.
This whole trip we've had problems with all the locks, so I need the keys to go around the back to lock it from the inside. So Emma's smashed the drive. It took us about 6 hours to get here to Dublin. But we're here, very tired. And when you're tired, of course, there's always one more thing to do. Good old child labour.
There we go.
I say we bring back chimneys just so we can get these little guys working again, contributing to the economy instead of taking everything.
Taking everything.
Yeah, look at them, taking everything. Taking our sanity.
Taking our sleep.
Taking our sleep, taking our time. Costing us a fortune. Costing us a fortune in hotels when we could have just roughed it in a horribly cold van.
This is just a ruse. This was my long game. I know if I have a baby, he'll stop making me stay in these horrible places.
They're very clever.
All your idea.
Emma's wanted to be pampered for years and I refused.
You've got us the honeymoon suite. Isn't that?
I think the plan for today is to just sit in the van to get our money's worth until we drop it off tomorrow.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want to get far away from this van, somewhere warm and cozy with lovely food and drinks, preferably. So the actual plan for the day is to head into Dublin city centre. We're actually on our way to go and meet with a Dublin local who is going to be showing us some of the sights of Dublin and hopefully some things that only the locals know about.
We have very fond memories of this very overpriced and tourist street.
We do, lots of fond memories.
But we're not going to pretend like we're too good for the touristy places just because a local's going to show us where we should go.
I feel like it's everyone's rite of passage who visits Dublin to come to Temple Bar. And it is great, but I'm very hopeful that we're going to see some areas that are much quieter, much more local, and
Probably cheaper.
probably a hell of a lot cheaper.
Hello. Hey.
When I was coming up, I heard like a rumbling in the bushes. I was like, what the And I found this guy. It's a little lucky leprechaun for Noah.
Who's that? Who's that? Aww.
What the hell did locals do on a Tuesday in Dublin?
Let's go for pints and have a spice bag. Like, it's the only thing you can do.
Sounds good.
What else is there to do?
So Kev, this is everyone. Everyone, this is Kev.
Hello. Instead of going to like the Guinness storehouse or whatever, Guinness own this, so they have all the same like amenities or whatever. So you can get the stouty, you can go in, do all this kind of stuff instead of going to the Guinness storehouse.
Closed.
We've got a local knowledge
Update
is
your
this.
Google.
I like
Update your
always
Google.
lying to us, isn't it?
Dare you?
Update your local guide. So where are we going now?
So this place is called Bruxelles, and it's one of my favourite bars to go to. So it's literally a place for everything. There's heavy metal on one side, then downstairs there's like a little kind of indie bar, and then upstairs is like traditional Irish. But that statue, how it originated was, there's actually a tiny little one inside. I'm not really too sure about like the origins of why Tin Lizzy and Bruxelles are still here.
We don't need real facts.
But I don't know, there's a mini one inside, there's the big one, and they have nice pints. So that's pretty much where we're at.
Enough reason, that's fine.
Look at that. It's with milk in the top, yeah?
Cheers.
So we've just had our first sip, and in Ireland we do this thing called a split the G. So see that line there in the G?
Yeah.
That's how far you need to go down on your first sip.
Oh.
This is your first sip. A little bit off. It's about 5 gulps. Solid 5. Oh, it's tough. This is. There we go.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's okay, I'm a trained professional, guys.
Damn it!
My friends are called baby Guinness, and they're absolutely delicious.
This is Bailey's on top with Tia Maria at the bottom.
So this is for Noah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
Cheers, nice to meet you guys. Sláinte. Thank you.
Yes.
I always say, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, don't stop now, it's bobsleigh time.
Okay.
That is so good.
That's the best drink I've ever had.
That is tasty.
I think Dublin has got to be the most fun place I've ever been in my life.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. We just got to meet some subscribers in the bar, and I just want to say to anyone watching, we love you so much. Everyone we meet on our travels that watches our videos is just always an absolute legend. So what's next then, Mr.
Well, I'm
Kerr?
going to bring you to the most authentic Chinese place to sell spice bags.
Spice bag.
What the hell's a spice bag?
It's the best food in the world. It's literally like there's nothing better.
You heard it here first.
We are going to get a bucket of it, by the way.
So do Irish people eat this when they're drunk?
We eat it for breakfast. It's with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What do you want? It's how Irish people grow big and strong. It's with a spice bag.
So we right now have the ultimate drunk food thanks to, what the hell are your social media channels?
The takeaway man is my thing as well. It's the takeaway man.
He knows his takeaways, and the ultimate drunk food here in Dublin is this, the spice bag. What the hell is a spice bag?
It's just the best. It's fried beigey goodness that, like, I don't even know how to explain it.
It's the most beige thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's chicken, chips, and the best spices around the world. But the spice bag is great and all, but you need the sauce. Oh yeah.
What do you do with that sauce?
See, I'm a dipper, but people are like, it depends. It's kind of like a Domino's.
Are you a dipper or a pourer?
Yeah, are you a dipper or a pourer? So this is sweet and sour. This is curry. Mixing them together is literally like, it's apocalyptic. It's the best thing that'll ever happen to you, especially after a few beers. Double dip. It's so weird, isn't it? And it is.
Do we have a winner?
That is so good. Winner, winner. Chicken in a bag dinner.
Dip, dip. We're going in.
It's good. I told you.
Ireland has been one of the most fun places we have ever been, and it is truly down to the people. The time here has absolutely flown by, and we will definitely come back, but it was time to drop off our old rental car. Let us know where you would like to see us go next, and make sure you subscribe for future content. Beans out.